Good morning everyone, my name is Crystal. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm here in my flat in Rochester, Kent with my lovely cat Harry and Max. So there's Harry sat there on the corner of the sofa and Max is over there. Good morning everybody. It looks like it's going to be another day full of sparkling sunshine. And it's fairly warm at the moment. It is fairly warm. 17 degrees centigrade at the moment. However, it's 26 degrees inside the flat where I am. So it looks like it's going to warm up fast. I've just come back from taking Max out for a walk this morning. Yeah, I needed to put my electricity on emergency credit, as we all do. That's what it's there for, the emergency credit, for when you really need it. So overnight, I think my brain was thinking, you've got to get up early because you've got to switch the emergency credit on. So I was up just about 20 past 6. I went out into the meter box with my bare feet, got up out of bed, put some clothes on, went out to the meter, £1.20 on the meter, which would have lasted today. But I've stuck it on emergency credit. And my British Gas, I'm not telling lies, guys. There's no point in doing that. There's absolutely no point in telling lies. But on my British Gas app, it's given me a warning. It says once your emergency credit's gone, you know the electricity will run out, which is the truth. Came up this morning on my British Gas application. You have just activated your emergency credit. When that runs out, you know, the meter will turn the electricity supply off. But £10 should last until I get paid, and then we're going to make sure this doesn't happen again. It's getting used to the swap over from ESA to Universal Credit. It's also Max, ICOSA, the water company, taking too much money out. ICOSA taking too much money out without telling me. So I've cancelled all my direct debits. I've told you I've cancelled the TV license, I've cancelled the water, and I've cancelled things that, you know, things on my account that they can take the money out of. Do you remember HelloFresh? Total waste of money. They have actually put it on hold until August. I want it completely cancelled. So when I get in touch with my bank, I'm going to get HelloFresh completely off my bank account. This guy that conned these lottery tickets out of me, that I've got to tell the bank to cancel that direct debit. He conned it out of me. He said to me, "Oh, you've won. I've got a record of the conversation. He went, "You've won something. You're one of the first." I haven't won anything at all. You get 10 free tickets when you join them. So the spiel, con me. So that's going to get cancelled. I've got to make sure that gets cancelled by the 24th. I can't cancel it online. It's a weird website. So it's like an American company. He had an American accent, Clayton, and they use their charm. They get paid every time they sell, you see. So I got conned by Clayton. My fault. I've never won. Yeah. cancel that, get that off. I can phone the bank up the day before they try and take money out. So guys, I got up, switched the emergency credit on, came back in the flat, got ready, got Max, and we went out just after 7 in the morning. We went out. It's got busy in the mornings, very busy at that time. So when I take my dog out, there's loads of people out now walking their dogs at the same time. When I first started doing it, there was like a few people, but now there are a lot of people outside walking their dogs at that time, which makes it difficult for me to walk my dog. The usual shenanigans, the street theatrics, people mimicking the way you walk, mimicking the way you talk, mimicking the way you act, putting my clothes on blokes, men, and with pretty women next to them. It pisses me off, but I just want to walk my dog. The next few days are going to be increasingly difficult leading up to Tuesday. It's going to be tough, especially at the weekend, because I don't really go anywhere. I don't do anything. I don't have any money to spend, so I'm going to be like sat indoors. And that is what they want. That's what they want you to. That's what they want. They want you to be indoors with nothing, and then they start pounding and making your life a misery. And this is why I'm trying to get out of here before Christmas. I don't want another Christmas with it, you know. Their whole intention is to make your life a misery, and I haven't done anything wrong. It's been done to me. And as I keep saying about Virginia Giuffre and Prince Andrew, she ended up killing herself. The perpetrators are on at you, 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 and you know they've got away with something, and you can't live with yourself. So unfortunately, Virginia Giuffre ended her own life. The woman that reported Prince Andrew, in a lot of cases, the perpetrators win, even when you report them, whether it's an alleged rape, sexual assault, whatever. In my case, none of my perpetrators have ever I've never been taken to court. When the police read this spiel to you over the phone, or if it comes to a court case, will you stand as a witness? It's never, not one. My dad died, and he'd abused me all my life since I was a little girl, and the police had done nothing. They'd not even arrested him when I had marks. He'd bruised me. My own dad used to hit me until he bruised me, and my dad sexually assaulted me, yet the police didn't. Nothing. They'd come out, they'd question him, my dad would say I was mental, and they would walk out. So other perpetrators use the same tactics. Sexually assaulting and violently abusing a woman using the mental health card. She's mentally ill. It's disgusting, but they do it. All my perpetrators have never been arrested and dealt with accordingly, whether it be grievous bodily harm towards myself, actual bodily harm, or rape. They've all got away with it, and the police have come out, done nothing. They've even given the perpetrators a lift home. A lift home! In the case of one of my ex-partners, the police gave him a lift in the car while I had to walk home. And they do it on purpose. So it's pointless. It's pointless having anything to do with the police. They don't do anything. Obviously, if I'm thinking I'm going to be attacked outside, I'm going to call them just to get the car out and the distraction, but they won't do anything. Never have, and they never will. Yeah, but yeah, they've put me in a cell when I've reported someone for abusing me, which is ironic. So it looks like we're going to have a shittier weekend than last weekend, and I'm only being honest. I'll put a smile on my face, I'll listen to music, and I'll just get on with it. But I'm not going anywhere, I'm not doing anything. I get people texting me, are you okay? And it's obviously I'm not. And then you get my mum giggling on the phone, have a good day. And then you get these men with plastic bags sat on benches thinking I'm going to go up to someone asking for a crust of bread, and it's not that serious. No, it's not, but it's their mindset, you know, reducing me to nothing, thinking I'm going to have to ask somebody, and then these men are greasy, they're dirty, they smell of drink and drugs, and they're just unhygienic. I'm thinking that I'm going to stoop to that level. Anyway, so Max and I, we went out just after 7. We walked across the road. We walked up towards the field. There is the Clark's van, black Clark's van. That bloke was very heavy set. That bloke I met on Facebook, he was very, very tall. He was big. He was heavy set, and he was just disgusting. That Clark bloke that I met on Facebook. So there's a black Clark's van up there. I don't belong to anybody. He didn't even bother to come down and see me at all. He expected a woman to go up to Wales by herself, even though he had a car. So no. Went onto the field. There was a woman right behind me with a white t-shirt and a brown dog. She started walking off and talking to another woman. And then there was a couple in front of me. He was dressed up like me. She had a ponytail and she was talking really loudly. And I waited till they went, and I just walked Max slowly. And then I just walked home. So it was heating up as well. It started off quite cool. And then the sun started coming out and shining and getting warm. I wore trousers and a t-shirt because there's been some unsavoury looking blokes hovering about, and I just keeping myself to myself. Came back into the flats. I haven't gone out to the shop this morning. The little bit of money I've got left, I'm just going to get a loaf of bread with and some cat food, and that'll be either tomorrow or the day after. And the cat food should last me till I get paid, and the loaf of bread is versatile. You can bake beans on toast, you can have sandwiches, so the bread is, that's why it's called a staple. It's part of your cupboard, isn't it? And your food cupboard, getting a loaf of bread. So a loaf of bread, maybe some rolls as well, and yeah, beans, soup, and that. The food is overpriced. It's absolutely overpriced. I can't keep affording to get these Deliveroos. So I'm just going to have to get 2 shops and cut the Deliveroos out. It was ironic as well, because yesterday I was sat down on my sofa, and it's like my phone is even having a go at me, you know. It went, oh, a Deliveroo came up. It went, Crystal, there's an offer. If you spend £25 in the co-op, you'll get £10 off. And I ain't got fucking 25 quid in the bank. I ain't got 15 quid in the bank. I'm overdrawn in the bank. I can't order a Deliveroo. So that was kicking me in the teeth yesterday. For Deliveroo, 25 quid. and you can get £10 off. Well, I haven't got 25 quid. I ain't got 15. I ain't got 5. So piss off, you know. It always hits you when you're down and you're down on your luck. Everything hits you at once. I've got rice, I've got beans, I've got noodles. We're gonna get some bread. As long as you've got stuff to eat, right? It might be boring, but it's food. And then the cost of mineral water. It's disgraceful. Anyway, so let's go back to today. I've got up. We're just keeping ourselves to ourselves, keeping out of the way, and just getting on, just sitting and relaxing, and just dealing with things when they occur, and not trying to like say things and then things start happening, if you know what I mean. So I'm just being a bit more careful. Live streams, no. People know you're there. They can see you, can see where you are. No. Not right now. You've got to remember that you're talking to someone you can't see. You can't see their face. You don't know whether it's a man, bloke, or teenager. You don't know who you're talking to. I have an age restriction on my TikTok, but as the policeman said in the back of the car I was in on Monday, that they can still get access, even though it is for 18s only. They only need to persuade a parent, don't they? Or they might be sat there with their mum or dad watching the live stream. You don't know, do you? So no live streams. Not for a while. I might do them like once every so often, but not for now. So so I'm just gonna like occupy myself. Max, so we've got some noise outside. Kids, I'm just gonna shut the window. Excuse me, just for 5 minutes while I'm finishing it. Sorry, I've just while I finish this, they hover around underneath the window and they start making a racket. It's done to annoy. So I'm trying to concentrate on what I'm saying. So you know, you get a racket outside the window, you get dogs barking, you get drilling, you get fucking groundscapers, you get all sorts of shit. Screaming kids, wow. Yeah, so I got a message yesterday, how are you? You tell somebody how you are, it's, you know, it's just pointless, isn't it? Going round in circles. Yeah, I did ask for some help. I've been left for 3 months. Why don't you contact them? Yeah, well, they don't work until Thursday and Friday. You know, and then my mum will ring. You know, I'll contact somebody and then I get a phone call from my mother. Anyway, guys, Alexa, what's the time, please?
It's 8:49 a.m.
Alexa, what's the date today?
It's Wednesday, the 16th of July.
Alexa, what's the weather outlook?
Right now in Rochester, it's 18 degrees Celsius with clear skies and sun. Today's forecast has lots of clouds, with a high of 26 degrees and a low of 15 degrees.
Alexa, can you tell me a joke?
Why are coffee beans such troublemakers? They always end up in hot water.
And Alexa, which celebrity was born on this day?
Celebrities born on the 16th of July include Will Ferrell, Gareth Bale, Corey Feldman, Barry Seal, and Douglas Murray.
Right, guys, so I am being gang stalked. It's organised gang stalking, right? It's been gone on, I believe, since I was a child. When I remember walking down Sydenham High Street as a 9, 10, 11-year-old doing errands for my mother. Now, I don't know what Sydenham High Street is like in London now, but when I was a kid, there was a bakery called Slatter's Bakery, where my mum used to be led on the sofa, and she'd say to me that she wanted a couple of cream cakes. So my journey as a child, right, this is what my journey as a child would be like, just to do some errands for my mum as a 8, 9, 10, 11-year-old. So my mum would give me some money. She'd say, right, will you go and get me a couple of cakes from Slatter's Bakery, and maybe go to the supermarket and get a couple of bits. So I lived in a maisonette as a kid. I had no garden. I had a grilled window in the hallway. It was a grill, like a police cell. And I would go out of the flats, and usually I'd get bullied. As soon as I'd go down the steps of those flats, there was a girl called Penny that used to come out, and she used to take the piss out of my hair or my, because I wore glasses, 4 eyes. So she'd come across the road, 4 eyes, what's that in your hair? And then I'd just ignore it, and then because I had to do as I was told. My dad used to, if I didn't do as I was told, or do what my mum said, my dad would hit me. My dad would frequently say to me, your mum's told me you've been naughty, and he would wallop me, smack me. So I had to put up with these bullies that were sometimes on the stairs of the flats or outside. I just have to do as I was told. So I'd go down the stairs, I would get bullied. Go down the road, and I used to smile. I was always a happy little girl, and I'd go up I'd smile, and then I'd get this woman say, "What are you smiling at?" You know, I was a little kid, little child, so it was staged, organised gang stalking when I was a little girl. What adult shouts at a little child for smiling? What adult shouts at a kid walking down the road? I was a little kid. So I'd go up the high street, go into Slatter's Bakery, get the cakes, and come back. And I can remember it being just like it is now, but I was a child. I can remember seeing dwarfs, loads of little dwarfs. There was a little dwarf guy with glasses, blind people with dogs. So this dog business has been going on since I was a kid. My granddad had dog ornaments, black dog ornaments, black Negro figurines, so black figures. Because back in the day, they used to have the black and white minstrels, and they used to have black actors, and my granddad had a load of black ornaments, black face ornaments, I remember it, black dogs, and a load of stuff like that. So this bullying has been going on specifically to me since I've been born, and I have not got a clue why I've been so mistreated, beaten, molested and left for dead over the years. Why? No one would give me any answers. No one would tell me why. I've been kept in a cage all my life. No one would tell me. When you start like fishing around for answers, I can't get any. Why was a child hated so much, bullied like that? Why? I've seen things, I've read things that have happened on the dark web, where children have been decapitated, children have been murdered for elites' pleasure. I've heard of it. I've heard of children being raped, assaulted, gone missing, and toyed with by the elites. I've heard of it, the dark web. I can only say to you that I have survived something similar. I've survived it, but I'm being taunted every day of my life just for being alive. I don't care if people say I'm mad. I have, as a 7-year-old, I should never have seen or gone through the things that I've been through. And you know, my mum now, when I answer the phone, and she's laughing at me. Laughing. Because they know no one's going to help me or do anything. They know. They control every aspect of my life, and they fucking well know they do. So I sit here and just wait and see how far I know how far they're willing to go. They would let me die. I know how far they are willing to go. Just leave it. Don't do anything. Don't help. Just leave. You can see, I got up this morning, got out of my flat, all the stupid characters on the railway stations with massive backpacks. Really? Dressing people up in my clothing, taking the piss, driving me round the bend every morning when I get up and I want to be happy and do things. You're just their play toy. I will never go begging back to an ex. I don't care if they've got a house, 2 gardens, a gold-plated toilet seat. I will never, ever crawl back on my knees and ever go back to an ex that has mistreated me and beaten me. Never in my life will I ever beg for a fucking penny. Ever. My mum is the go-between. She's whether she's getting paid to be a go-between, so she's relaying information between, I don't know whether it's an ex or who it is. She's just useless. She's just a coward. So she's ringing me on the phone, checking where I am and telling her, oh, she's okay, she's picked up the phone. I've always been brave, I've always been strong, and I always will carry on as best as I can. But they are so cruel and evil. To watch children suffer, these people are just, they're the scum of the earth. I'm gonna go now, guys. I've got food. My cat and my dog's got food. We're fine. But they would let you starve to death. See you later.